Alright, welcome back everybody to some more Dominions 5. We are in turn 20 here of the Blitz with Phaeacia. Let's see how far we can go in this episode. Tysoon has found a magic site in Dardania. There's no battle. Oh, there's a battle down here. And the Moon Sea, we are attacking some independents. Let's have a look at that. We are attacking with Shamblers and these, what are they called? Amber Clan Guard against the province defense that we have tried to kill before. I failed to time the clash of forces accurately, so we have one group initiating earlier. But it looks like it works out. And do we win the melee here? I would guess yes. They are tough, these, what are they called? Ithiots. But we outpowered or overpowered them here. Alright, did we lose anything? We lose 3 units. Yeah. Acceptable losses for sure. We find some magic sites, one in Dardania here, Grove of Fertility, giving us 1 extra nature gem, up to 5 per month, and one in Gilgad here, Sky Split Oak, giving 1 air gem. So we're doing some more site searching, going up to 5 in air, which is really important. We are having trouble spending nature and death. I guess also water. The water we can spend, and fire is hard. But yeah. Anything else to note in here? There's one unexpected event. Some unnecessary laws have been abolished, giving turmoil and unrest in the Narian Sea. Other than that, not much else to speak about this turn. Oops, sorry about that. And we are still calling God everywhere where we can. We are researching a lot. We're just hanging around, building palisades here in Murias now to get up another coastal ford. Solidify our presence. I think we are moving over to Wolvermori here. He's been site searching this figures. This might be the time where I plan a fort in here, but who knows, it's coming soon. Other than that, not much else to note this turn. The throne is still... We can see here that we moved in our scout, right? So we can see here that a fortification is under construction in this province. Since I can't see movement order this turn, I would guess that we are not attacking in here next turn. I think it's one more turn away before I decide to attack the site here. We need to attack before the fort is up. There would be something to say about waiting until the fort is online and then we get a free fort in here. But I think since it'll take longer to take it down, then I think it's better to just move in and build our own fort. We can afford it. And so that is the end of turn number 20. Let's just go and see how far we can get here. Turn 21. Oh, and so this one is missing. Here's a turn where it's kind of sad because it's the best turns that are missing. We also are missing a few in between, the next tier and 25 and then up to 29. 1, 2, 3, and then 4 more or 3 more. So 6 turns missing here in turn 20 because these turns are plagued with war, so I got really distracted doing these few next turns. Here we are in turn 22, so we've skipped 1 turn so far, and we receive a gift from Jotunheim. Not a gift, but I don't remember, he bought something from me. Don't remember what it was, and we can't see the turn before, but it's fine. I was selling some light items. I didn't do a lot of trading during this game because everyone was thinking that I was winning. The nation rejoices, your mom, queen of this world, mistress of war, and so on, has returned. Very good. And there was a battle in Whitegrave. Let's have a look. We are attacking Cetis, and then he is attacking me in Bell. Whitegrave. In the water. So he's coming into the water now to raid me. I think the war... I must have taken the throne province from him last turn. And so now the war is officially on. In the water, this is our PD only, and he's coming in with 1 little measly priest, which blessed. He didn't have a bless, but he just gave his guys morale leadership, no, undead leadership. So this 1 priest can carry all these undead, 80 of them, and he's just expanding now into my water with all of those undead, and they have the mass on their side, so they plow through in Whitegrave. Then in Bell, I'm attacking. This is the fort next to the throne, where I'm just scouting with a simple little scout to see what kind of PD he has put up, and it turns out it wasn't much. So that was it for this turn. Let's have a look at that. So yeah, we did take the throne, and there was no battle in here. He had a little bit of PD, but I don't think he was expecting me to come in, or at least he wasn't trying to resist it. So we took this throne, and in that turn I then decided to patrol with everyone, but also side search with one of these storm captains, and then start a lab immediately, so that if I'm gonna stay here again this turn, then all of these storm captains can at least research. And that's the primary mover behind that. And I can also move items on and off units this turn, and I think we end up kitting out the locos here a little bit, and then so in the next turn 23 and turn 24 are missing, and that's kind of sad. We end up attacking over in Bell and start sieging that down. And this is in the turn after this where I start sieging this fort. That's where I learn that Cetis has had a rework I think in the base game even. And so Cetis, when you are in their dominion, your units get diseased depending on the strength of the dominion. I didn't know that moving in. And so moving in here, we will start taking diseases on our guys rapidly, and that's not fun. We're also going to be battling him in the water. It's really hard to prevent him from expanding in my water area here and raiding. When he has all of these options here, it's hard to predict where he's going. So I think I end up not. I probably am guessing that he will go down here, but if we side search here and then set her to retreat, which is what I think I do, she will at least run away. We have taken the Holy See over here with our little expansion party, and we are recruiting units in these provinces as fast as we can to now muster against this underwater threat that is coming right for us. So that's ongoing. And then, I don't know, not much else of big things to note. We can look at the events, population in Land of Our Lord. We get loss of population in Gilgad, and in the Moon Sea we get luck +1. Not anything significant. We completed the Palisades in Murias here. And that's about it. We claimed that throne in here because our prophet is here. Yes, Brahmyan. And your mom has returned. And so she won't be standing around in the capital. Is there even anything we could cast here? Not really. We don't have the power to do rituals and forging. There might have been something to say about forging something here. I'm pretty sure I don't. So I end up probably just moving her out, and she will help with the war in the water, and then she can also threaten the coastal provinces over here. So that'll be... Now we're skipping to turn 25, and I'll try to fill in the gaps for you guys. As I was saying, I simply forgot about going in and changing the save orders because we were playing so fast, and this war with Cetis took a lot of my time. We have a lot of battles ongoing in this turn. So let's see if I think we caught one of the good battles here in Bell. That's the fort that I was sieging. Let's go and have a look at that one. Yes, so he moved up this massive army in response to my sieging the fort in Bell. And so I had the choice between either defending the throne, this army could have moved to the throne, or standing my ground on the fort and trying to win the fort battle. And so this is my first big battle. He came in here to relieve the siege, and I chose to double down, move everything we had in to defend that sieging army. And so here we see the glory of Phaeacia as it is right now. I think almost every Orichalcum guard we own is in here with a sort of meat shield up front of these, what are they called, heavy infantries. The locust in the back. A good amount of these storm captains with a few priests to span. Well, first of all, they were in here to preach and get his dominion gone. And then we have them now fighting against undead. They will be spamming the banishment spell. And we have one. I bought this mercenary apothecary because he's a disease healer, so he gets rid of one of my diseases that we are getting from cities every turn. So that's quite nice. He is coming in on the other side, on the other hand, with a massive force. A good wall of undead up front, which is really cool to see. He's using the spaced out formation, spread line, to soak up, I suppose... I don't know if he knows at this point about my lightning spam, but this is the first time we will see it really in effect. Then he's got a huge amount of these Sobek Guard. I'm assuming that this is almost all of his Sobek Guard recruitment since the start of the game. And then a good amount of these Sobek Warriors. What do we have for commanders? I don't see any commanders right offhand. These guys are commanders? Mummified Prince. Mummified Prince. They don't have magic abilities. And he's got this Adventurer and Lizard Lords. No magic at all. Alright. And the Prophet in here. Okay. Nice. Oh, he's got a, he's a heroic, he's got enormous strength. Doesn't really matter. Okay. So, our first big battle. All of our guys in the back here are scripted to cast, well, one thing, I think, aim or air. They're going for air shield in most cases, which is interesting. I thought I had them scripted to aim. But then they should start throwing, oh no, they do aim. And then lightning bolt. Oh, we have natural, oh, so yeah, we are casting Storm in this fight. And this is the same turn where I researched Conjuration 2. So I couldn't script Storm power on my guys, and therefore none of them are scripted, I believe, for this fight. I'm hoping that they will then figure out that they need to cast Storm power on their own. I didn't have time to review this battle at all. So yeah, Storm has been cast, which means that we can now they're casting aim, most of them, which is fine. Then lightning bolt. I'm hoping for this summon Storm power. Ice darts, lightning bolt, charge body. This charge body that they do, they really should stop doing that. That's such a bad spell, and they all do it all the time, wasting the turn. Okay, but then they're doing these ice darts for the most part. Aren't these guys like cold resistant? Yeah, they are. So it seems really contradictory to throw ice darts at them. Doesn't do anything. It did deal damage to this guy here a little bit. Even with cold resistant 15, it's dealing okay damage. Okay, lightning bolt coming down now. But they're doing lightning bolt instead of this summon Storm power. Too bad. But here we are going with our lightning bolt bombardment. Here we have a problem. Look at this. Because our own guys are not cold resistant at all. So we end up, I think we even lost a guy here. Probably not. Oh, we are cold resistant. What am I saying? Because of our bless. So that's okay then. Still bad. They are more cold resistant than we are. So why are we throwing these cold bolts at them? It's better for the actual Cetician troops. Alright, so let's have the battle display its course. Normal speed. We're definitely bombarding them with a good amount of spells. And a lot of lightning strikes are going down, but I don't see this. It doesn't look like they've cast the Summon Storm thing at all. Maybe I didn't have it ready yet. So the Storm then would be completely irrelevant, which is too bad then. Okay, so I will admit that the ice darts are pretty nice here. We are hitting a good amount of these Cetician troops and freezing them. We are hitting a bit of our own. They're doing a lot of poison on us, look at that. In the front line here. That's these poison slingers he has in the background. So they're doing quite a bit of work poisoning my mid line here, my front liners. The regeneration will fight off the worst of that, but if we're fighting both normal injuries and poison at the same time, it'll just stack up into a kill. We are definitely losing some units to these Sobek guards. Yeah. Here and there. But with the bombardment that we are providing, and our regeneration, and now superior numbers, you see the enemies start to rout, and this was a pretty decisive victory for us. And I think the Butcher's Bill isn't all that bad for us. Let's have a look at it in Bill. He came in with 348 units in total, of which 38 are Sobek Sacred Guards. They kill 6 with the highest kill amount, and then not even 1 to the Poison Slingers, but they surely did a lot of damage for sure. And we lose 7 Orichalcum Guard, so 10%. So all in all, a very successful fight. We get 51 kills on our 24 Colossi Storm Captains, and most of our Colossi heavy infantry died, and so our little meat shield thing worked out really well. In retreat, the scout was killed when retreating into enemy territory. Alright. So all in all, a really successful fight. I'm very satisfied with this outcome. I don't think he expected me to stand my ground here, and so we caught him out and we killed and wiped away his army. Then there's a battle inside the fortress after that. That consists mostly of the mages that have been fought here and are now defending it. We will win this one rather quickly, I think. Decimating the front line. And I don't think they do any real bad spells here. Curse is kind of nasty. Yeah, but then we murder them. Alright. Do we lose anything in the fortress fight? Not a single thing. Alright. Then there's still a lot of battles to look at. So let's look at this one in the sinks. I'm attacking him quite heavily now. We've gone into all our war with Cities at this point. Yeah, your mom is harassing the coastline. And there you go. She will take out that province, no problem. It had my dominion in it, so it was a given. Then Sea of Rond. One of the underwater battles where I have mustered a few troops and he didn't leave. Oh, he left behind a little bit of PD here. But I think we outnumber these guys quite heavily and our guys are stronger, so we decimate that PD. Sea of Rond. Yeah, okay. And only 3 units lost. That is a bit of PD, like 10 at least, if not 15, so he invested some money in that. In White Grave we are being attacked. Again, so I took this one from him, and then he's taking it back. I have one guy in here. Then we see a battle between Asphodel and Pangea, but let's have a look at the rest of my battles first, and then we'll talk Asphodel and Pangea after. Now some coastal raiding for these undead stacks that are just continuing. Yeah, and I think we lose this one now. But he's taking some attrition on his undead all the time, so that's quite nice. In Kepes. Where is this? Oh, this is then the Throne province, where I thought he might have moved in the big army, but then he moves in a rather big raiding stack, and we have... I don't know if I bought all of this PD. It seems like a little bit excessive. I definitely had some normal troops here, also a few storm captains throwing down lightning. But the undead have the advantage of no morale checks, so they power through my front line and then they end up moving in and killing everything. I don't think my storm captains get away here. One of them does, okay. But he takes the throne away from me just as I was about to build the fort in here, so we traded that one, and in exchange we are then getting Bell here, which is still his dominion, so a lot of my guys here are getting diseased, and we have taken quite a bit of afflictions here. Yeah. Just unfortunate. The prophet is diseased. And so is one storm captain. But taking Bell is a pretty nice little achievement, and we see that Cities has a fort over here, a fort on this throne, and then his final fort will be his capital here. So we cut out this from him, and it'll be quite nice for taking out his position in this northern region. I think... Yeah, I don't recall these territories being his at all, so they were at this point apparently, and then I think Jotunheim will claim them from him in the next coming turns. Should maybe have gone for this Lombardia territory, but I really didn't want to move into his dominion at all. It's just hurting me so much. We will be taking back Phaeacia at the earliest opportunity, and your mom, I think, goes back in here to continue the raiding. Just keep him out of our territories. We've got this stack up here. And we'll be counter-raiding on these provinces in the water. Then let's talk Pangea and Asphodel. They have been fighting for a little bit, and I catch a battle here in this territory, which is a really, really big Asphodel army moving up. So we can see what he's got going for him. Mostly on these carrion undead. And then a lot of centaurs, which it seems like half of them are these black centaurs. A good amount of these Sagittarian carcass at the back. And so this is quite nice for him. It's a really strong force with a lot of meat shields in it. But not much else to say about it. 282 units. And if we look at them again, we can see that Pangea is mustering a final defense on this little peninsula here. He lost the war in general and is just back down to defending his capital. So Asphodel has gotten the early advantage in that war and is probably, it seems like at this point that he's just eliminating Pangea. So that's really interesting. For sure, the geopolitical situation is that Asphodel and Pangea is fighting. I am fighting Cetis. And so that leaves Jotunheim and Ulm, both of which have been pretty silent throughout this playthrough. I never really heard anything from Ulm. And Jotunheim I only had that one little altercation with early on, but otherwise it's been pretty quiet. And yeah, this was turn 25. Anything else to note? We got an unexpected event in Mightmarsh getting Misfortune 3, which we don't really care about. In the Sea of Rond, we lose our taxes for the turn, which is pretty significant when it's a 100 income province. And a new famous hero up by Bell here, Caritos, gets what? Unequaled obesity for more hit points. That's nice. With extra encumbrance though, so +3 is pretty significant. Okay, that's actually a bad one. Then, okay. And so we will try to keep our position here in Bell. And then the next objective will be to take out Cetis itself and try to eliminate a player. This is my first and earliest war I've ever had with another player in Dominion 5, so I was pretty nervous going at him here. But I think I've committed at this point, and he's 100% committed to just annoying me for the rest of the game, even if I can't finish him off. So I have to try something here and see if I can get into Cetis. Anything else? Yeah, researching Conjuration. We did get Conjuration exactly level 2 this turn, which should be enough for the Summon Storm power, so I'm a little bit disappointed that they didn't actually use it in the combat. Let's see the script for them. Yeah, I gave them this open script, just cast spells, hoping that they would figure it out on their own, and they did not. I have 2, I think, other... Oh, they didn't save. Oh, here they are. 1 aim lightning bolt, and then... Oh, we don't have the other scripts yet. An open one and a fixed one with aim lightning bolt that I was just spamming on everyone. And so, yeah, that's it in this province, or in this turn. Let's have a look at one more turn. And so now, in here, 3 turns pass where I completely forget to duplicate the files, and that's the last time it happens. After 29, I commit back into doing it ongoing again. I actually gave up after 25, and then I decided, no, the hell no, I'm gonna do it anyway. And so in here we lose 3 turns of war against Cetis, but I think we've already seen the major battle. Here I'm being attacked in Cetis, so we are on his capital at this point, and we are now also being attacked by Jotunheim. This is not the turn that I get attacked by Jotunheim the first time, because that is in Bell on the 4, so I think... Yeah, but we'll have a look at the one within Cetis first to see what's going on here. I'm sieging Cetis with your mom, and the whole thing that was on Bell before has sailed down here to make this final push against Cetis. And so he's coming out here just trying to harass me, but he's got a new trick up his sleeve. He's just popping out with a group of undead, all of which are of course poison resistant, and then 1 nature mage, which comes out with a few personal magic gems, and he's casting Foul Vapors. Foul Vapors will fill the entire battlefield with this poisonous gas, and so here, since I don't have a lot of poison resistance ongoing. My Orichalcum Guard are more or less poison resistant, and then they have regeneration, so they will regenerate faster than the poison can kill them. But none of my commanders are in such a way. I have scripted now. We cast Storm, and then everyone immediately has already cast Summon Storm Power, so they go up to Air 3, and then they can start throwing down these Thunder Strikes, which are upgraded versions of the Lightning Strike. And they are pretty nasty, so we bombard the field with those. And they can hit the mage in the background, which would be lovely, but they rarely do that. He's already running from just the opening volleys here. So we end up not taking too much damage, but we will have some guys in the back line here who get damaged by the poison and die. One dies there, and I think we only lost one. So this was not the first time it happened, because the first time it happened, we lost way more. This was in Cetis. In here, we lost 2 Colossi Storm Captains in this one here, and no one retreated. In the first fight, I think I have like way more Colossi Storm Captains, and then we lost like half the stack, or have them, at least a few of them, routed before they died, and then we came back in and tried to double down on the siege. And we are at the same time as that, the whole business is ongoing. We are also losing men to diseases in Cetis. So everything's just bad. We had such a grand army, and we're losing it fast on this war with Cetis. Meanwhile, I'm now being attacked by Jotunheim, who has made these Thrimskodi thugs. There are a few of these guys running around in my territory, decked out with all kinds of different magical equipment. He has this sickle whose crop is pain, which he won in the arena earlier. A really nasty weapon that gives him death gems when he kills people. That's why he has death gems with him. And yeah, bringing regeneration, and he decks them out with his Storm Spool, giving him shock resistance, so that he is immune to my spamming lightning spells on him. He's just raiding some PD here. We're attacking the cities and the underwater, reclaiming a province here. Not really much of a fight. Okay. There was a battle in the Holy See where we are being attacked by independents. Just some mermen rising up against our lowly PD. They will take this province away from me. Alright. Anything else? We lost our undefined province. Gilgit has been captured up here. We're being raided by Jotunheim. They've started sieging Bell here that I left behind, thinking that my border with Jotunheim was safe. But I was wrong. So they're coming in here trying to capitalize on my being distracted with Cetis, which was very annoying, but what can you do? Can't really focus on both, so I'm just doubling down on seeing if we can take out the Cetis capital, and then that would fix my problem. He unfortunately still has these 2 forts over here. There's gonna be like a conquer line of troops moving from this fort and down to Cetis here from here on out to try to wrest our control down here. And this is deep in his dominion, so I'm not keen on going that route. Yeah, it's tricky at this point where to go and what to do, but I decide to just see if I can kill him here. Meanwhile, on the other side of the map, look at that. Pantia not only won his big battle in Pantia, but is starting to push out against Asphodel here, and I'm trying to move this one scout around over here to catch as many battles as possible, but not this turn. And nothing else to note up here. Let's see, read messages. Unexpected event in the Holy See. This was the Tritons attacking. In Capes, we get unrest. Phaeacia, we lose province income, minus 10%. Minus 10, that's pretty bad. A new famous hero. We get famous hero on this Locos, who's unfortunately deceased. We got his heroic ability, heroic quickness. So he's pretty nice then. Alright, that's very cool. Deceased. And I think we have lost... Yeah, I was telling the other guys in chat that I had this Tyson helping me against Cetis, and I think that's why someone else bought him away from me, so I don't have that small advantage of getting rid of diseases. So that's unlucky. And yeah, we're just trying to kill Sutis in here. Over here, we did end up claiming this province Mu, and in here, we found this Sahawkin village, which allows the recruitment of these Sahawkin hunters, which are just better underwater units than Shamblers for the most part, so I'm mass recruiting them in here as our new primary underwater force. And yeah, that's it for the turns. The site searching everywhere, I've done quite a good job with that in general, I think. We have so many gems that I'm not able to use, which, I mean, can't complain. At some point I start transmuting gems, but it's a little bit early for that even now. And yeah, we're going for enchantment level 4. I forget what is down here. Poison Ward, I think, is the one we are going for. I mean, if we had enchantment, he has enchantment level 5 for Foul Vapors, and to counteract it effectively, I would need to get Serpent's Blessing down in enchantment level 7, which are the your mom could cast this one here, but enchantment level 7 is very far away. So in a Free to Panic, I try to get this Poison Ward online, which allows her to group spam poison resistance at least, but it's far away and it's a bad solution. So it's just a sort of desperate attempt to do something against his Foul Vapor spam in here, but really what it then ends up being is just me trying to move in as many of these Storm Captains as possible, hoping to send this and then moving everyone, as I have done here, up to the front and just set them to attack immediately, so that we overwhelm them as fast as possible and also go for the rear in most cases with the attack rear, just trying to rush at them and finish the fight as soon as possible instead of fighting the long game. And that's it for this turn. I think we will cut the episode here. So I'm sorry about all these missing turns. It's a little bit sad because it was one of the some of the more interesting turns with the maneuvering against the Tis. But we caught the big battle in Bell, and then I just more or less moved down here, and then I had to walk along the coast because I couldn't sail some of my units from Kepes. So we took the ground route, also getting some Dominion preached in here to try to move his Dominion out. And in fact, I'm almost succeeding in here. We should be preaching with these guys in here to try to remove his Dominion faster, also for your mom, but we would give our bless to your mom and less diseases to my people. So moving out his Dominion from here is pretty important. And yeah, that's it for this episode. Thank you guys as always for watching, and I'll see you in the next one coming up soon. See you then, and bye-bye.